Once upon a time, in a faraway forest, there was a beautiful village of magical fairies. This village was called Fairyland. The fairies there were very beautiful and kind-hearted. They spent their days helping people and making the forest more beautiful. The most beautiful and intelligent fairy in Fairyland was named Gold Fairy. Her beauty and intelligence were famous far and wide. Hearing tales of her beauty, an evil sorcerer cast an envious eye upon her. The sorcerer captured Gold Fairy and imprisoned her in his castle. When the other fairies of Fairyland learned about Gold Fairy's abduction, they were very worried. They decided to rescue their friend at any cost. For this mission, they chose a brave fairy named Sparkle Fairy. Sparkle Fairy was fearless and powerful. Using her magical powers, Sparkle Fairy found the location of the sorcerer's castle and reached there. At the castle's entrance, she raised her magical wand and recited an incantation. Magical words: "Open the doors, free Gold Fairy." As soon as she finished the incantation, a beam of light emanated from the wand, and the heavy castle door slowly opened. Inside, she saw Gold Fairy trapped in a magical cage, surrounded by dancing flames that could burn anyone who came close. The evil sorcerer was also present. He said to Sparkle Fairy, "If you want to free your friend, you must pass a difficult test." Sparkle Fairy replied, "I am ready for any test." The sorcerer presented a game of chess and said, "If you defeat me in chess, your friend will be free. But remember, this is no ordinary chess game. It is a magical chess game where each move brings magical obstacles." Sparkle Fairy began to play chess with the sorcerer, using her intelligence and wisdom. With each move, magical obstacles appeared, such as walls of fire, snowstorms, and venomous snakes. With the first move, Sparkle Fairy faced the first obstacle, a wall of fire. The flames were so high that crossing them seemed impossible. Sparkle Fairy used her magical wand and recited, "Flames of fire, cool down, give way." At her words, the wall of fire slowly extinguished, and she crossed the path. With the second move, a snowstorm arose on the chessboard. The icy winds and snowflakes began to scatter everywhere. Sparkle Fairy lifted her magical wand and said, "Snowstorm, cease! Open the way!" The magical incantation stopped the snowstorm, and Sparkle Fairy found a clear path forward. After the third move, venomous snakes appeared on the board, spreading in all directions. Their poisonous hisses were very dangerous. Sparkle Fairy struck her wand on the ground and said, "Snake venom, dissipate! Give way!" The venom slowly disappeared, and the snakes retreated into the ground, allowing Sparkle Fairy to continue her journey. With the final move, the sorcerer made his last attempt, and a large magical dragon appeared on the chessboard. The dragon was breathing fire, and its terrifying shadow loomed over everything. Sparkle Fairy gathered her courage, raised her magical wand and said, "Dragon, return to your place, disappear by magical force." The dragon roared loudly and then vanished with a burst. The sorcerer acknowledged his defeat and said, "You have defeated me. Take your friend." The magical cage's flames extinguished by themselves, and the cage opened. Gold Fairy was freed and thanked Sparkle Fairy. Both fairies happily returned to Fairyland. The fairies of Fairyland were overjoyed at the return of their friend Gold Fairy, and they thanked Sparkle Fairy. They held a grand celebration and praised Sparkle Fairy for her bravery and intelligence. Thus, the story of the fairies' friendship and courage was forever written in golden letters in the history of Fairyland.